So, what's your name, bro?
My name is DJ Cannon. Originally from Texas, but just came in from Miami.
I bet. So you've been in Kansas. What's the difference between Kansas and Miami, bro?
Well, the nightlife is completely different for sure. The people, in Miami, there's so many different cultures. Here in Kansas, it's just a little bit different. But one thing I do like about Kansas is the people, man. In Miami, it's kind of like that East Coast vibe. Everybody's hustling and bustling. It's kind of like every man for himself. Here in Kansas, it's real. It's like slowed down. People love to talk to each other, and I love that. It's a great place to network for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, the music. Like, I know here, everybody like what? What kind of music they like it?
Man, here, they pretty much like everything that's being played in Miami, in my opinion. Nowadays hip hop is so big and there's so many different platforms for us to listen to music that pretty much everybody in the United States is really listening to the same thing. So in my opinion, there's not really a huge difference. Maybe Kansas might be behind because, sometimes I'll play a new record and they might not know it, but, give them like 2-3 weeks and they'll figure it out.
Yo, what's up? Mm-hmm. So, all right, bet. So you are a DJ here in Manhattan. All right, so what's the goal? Like, what do you want to do? You know what I mean, as far as your creativity?
So, man, I just want to be able to take what I do here and bring that vibe to other places. So I want to travel. I want to be a traveling DJ. I want to work with up and coming artists that it's hard for them to get through the gatekeepers. But me as a DJ, I can provide that platform to play the record in the clubs. And also executive produce records, hear some stuff that they got and push it. But really, man, it's just really all about the music, being able to travel, be in front of people, and help out in any ways that I can. Excuse me. Yeah.
Oh, what's up? So, all right. So you mainly DJ at tapes, right?
Mainly. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I know you've been to Wichita. Where else have you been?
So, man, I've been all over. So Texas, Oklahoma City, Kansas, and Miami, Florida. Those are the few states that I've been to DJing. Mm-hmm.
So who's got the best music out right now as far as like unsigned talent to you?
Unsigned talent?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. There's so many artists, but I most definitely gotta show love to somebody local that I really like. 301 Tone, most definitely. With local artists, I think he's originally from Maryland, but he's super talented, and I think if his music gets to the right platform, he's gonna blow up for sure.
That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as jewelry, I know you're not a flashy person and stuff like that. Like the culture say you're supposed to wear jewelry, you're not supposed to wear jewelry, or like what's your feed on it?
So I feel like with jewelry, I think it's important for the culture. I think it's like people have a hobby. People love to play pool. Some people love to play basketball. But nowadays, like jewelry is like who you are. So like me, I love all that stuff. But right now, what's important for me is to invest all my money into my brand, so I can get in the position to have my own jewelry. Jewelry I love is like the Miami Cuban. Like seeing Rick Ross with that Miami Cuban. Like one day to have one of those on me in a gold rope. That's always been my dream. But right now, it's not really what's important. What's important right now is investing in the brand and reaching out. But I most definitely love jewelry. I think it's important for the culture, and you see it everywhere. GQ, like they interview jewelers now, and with social media, you see cats like Johnny Dang, and yeah, it's important for sure.
What's up?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. You know who asked you this? Everybody has to ask you this. All right. So, how does it feel being a white DJ in a black genre?
Well, I'm Hispanic for one, and how does it feel? It feels great because to me, I'm a minority. I have family and friends that are black, so I kind of came up in the black culture, listening to the music as a kid. I remember like my uncle, he got out of jail, and I was like maybe 7, 8 years old, and I remember like being up in the morning and he would put on Sucker Free, and I would see like 50 Cent and all them cats in it, and it really motivated me because I wanted to be like them. And I know like people look at me and they're like, oh, what does this guy know? But honestly, what I do know is I'm in tune with the culture. I care about black culture, and I feel like Mexicans and blacks coming together, we create something strong. And I'm just thankful that the people in Manhattan have accepted me, and they love what I do, and we're only continue to keep going at the top. That's it. So I'm thankful for black culture accepting me. That's what I say.
Yo, what's up, man? Alright, so you know Kevin Gates just dropped his new tape.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Generals, right? So what was the best track on the tape?
Man, honestly, for Kevin Gates, and this is my bad, I haven't really been in tune with Kevin in a while. And really the reason behind that is for DJs, and it's, here's the thing, like for DJs, a lot of the DJ pools that we go to, they really have like what's trending. So I'll take the A-list and, you know, I'll go through Rap Caviar and stuff like that. But really right now, what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to dig into the crates and go into the underground stuff. Because I know like people say Kevin Gates is mainstream, but you don't really see him on the A-list or Rap Caviar as much as like cats like Drake or Tory Lanez, or even who else is up at the top, or somebody like Juice WRLD. I'm telling you. Check.
What?
I'll pull up A-list right now.
Bro, chill out, bro.
I'll pull up A-list right now. There's not one Kevin Gates record in there. And I'm not saying that I don't fuck with Kevin Gates' record. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that right now, Kevin Gates, like in my opinion, I just feel like Kevin Gates isn't at that point where he dropped I Don't Get Tired. Like,
right. It doesn't sound like he was hungry and shit, right?
Nah. I think, man, Kevin Gates stay hungry. But the thing is about it now is it's like he had like that I Don't Get Tired run where he was super, super big and he was everywhere.
Right.
But now it's like there's not really a whole lot of Kevin Gates being thrown at you by radio. Like what's a radio record right now that's being played on the radio?
World Love
by Kevin.
I don't know. But World Love was hitting it to me.
Hey,
World Love was like, hey.
Hey, but I'm gonna
it was that thing. It was that thing out.
Listen, I'm telling you, like that's why I feel like as a DJ, it's so important to not just like get too wrapped up into what is on the top 40. You know what I'm saying? It's important to bring those records, you know, that people aren't really listening to, and then introducing them to the club and seeing the reaction.
That's what's up.
Because you know, when I first started DJing, I was in Oklahoma City, and I was DJing for my boy 888 and Cedro Beats. It was their birthday, and shout out to them. And I remember like I had a set at Club 115 in OKC, premier club, the nicest club in probably all of Midwest. And when I DJ'd, I finished up, and the closing DJ, he came up to me and he was like, yo, Cannon, you were dope. And what I really liked is that you played records that other DJs don't necessarily play in the club. And that right there, when he told me that, it meant a lot to me, because it was just bringing something different to the table. And although, like, yeah, I am playing these records that are on the A-list and they're on Rap Caviar, I think being able to give back to the local artists, like I said before, I want to start playing more locals. It's important to just dig into the crates and find that underground music. So, you know, Kevin Gates to you might not be underground, but to a lot of other listeners, he might be, you know.
Alright.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna ask some real questions here. Some real questions. Get ready for it.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, bet. So, who's the best Kansas artist?
The best Kansas artist?
Yes.
Ooh, I can't say that because...
nah, you gotta choose. You gotta pick. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Everybody wants to say, oh man, we just don't love everybody.
Yeah.
There'll only be one number one now. There can only be one number one.
Man. You know what, bro? I can't answer that question because I haven't been in Kansas long enough. I haven't been here long enough for me to vet, you know, who is the top of the top. Now, I've heard about some artists, but a lot of them are from out of town. So for me to say the best Kansas artist, I can't say it, because first of all, I gotta flesh out and see if they are from Kansas. If we're really trying to say from Kansas, or are we just talking about in general?
Who got the scene right now?
Who got the scene right now? Listen, out of all the records I've played at the club, right now 301 Tone has gotten the best feedback. Everybody's singing his record. We have videos to show for it. So for all my artists out there that, you know, believe in themselves and they think they're the top of the top, you know, hit my DM, follow me on Instagram at DJ_Cannon_. Send me your record. We'll play it on Thursday, and we'll see who the best artist is. It's all about the crowd. It's all about the people. You know, let the people talk.
Let the people talk. I like that.
Yeah.
They should call you Loverboy. DJ Loverboy. Not kidding. Like they should give you that, man.
Hey man, I try to show love. Like a DJ that really inspired me is DJ Khaled. And although like there's this narrative about Khaled being mad about the whole, you know, the sales and the bundles and not being number one with Tyler, like the way that Khaled is shown on Snapchat and Instagram, like that's really the way he is. And his brother-in-law, Michael Tuck, shout out to him. He's the owner of a Hideaway Club in Fort Lauderdale. You know, great people. You know, I've talked to them plenty of times. Like who Khaled is and who you see, like that's really Khaled. Real genuine, shows love, and because of it, look where he's at. So it's important to show love for sure.
Very dope. So what do you think about like the fashion nowadays? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like when the rappers wearing tight pants and shit. Like how does that really sit with you? You know what I'm saying?
I like going from like the big t-shirts back in the day and the baggy pants to what it is now. I mean, I think it's dope. Me personally, I feel like rap has really influenced a lot of major brands, and basically what it was is basically taking you know, the clothing culture and the rap culture and blending it together. So like the tight pants and all that shit, like that's just the style, you know, and rappers made it hot. And the fact that rappers can do that our culture can do that is amazing in itself. I mean, we're in commercials, we're clothing. You watch the Super Bowl and you got Cardi B, you know, pushing a Pepsi commercial. Like,
That was dope.
That was dope.
The fact that she was used to be a stripper was like, yo, I can go from selling ass to like really getting this paper.
Really?
Yeah, man, that was crazy, bro.
Man, but
crazy.
She's a prime example that you can really come from the bottom. And like if you're stripping, you throwing ass, and you're making money that way, like yeah, you're making money and you're doing good, but for some people's eyes, they might really see that as the bottom when you have to strip. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to see her do what she did and make it to the top. Anybody can make it. You know, cats like Meek Mill inspiration. Like he's a huge inspiration for me, Meek Mill, and just all MMG. And like to see like Meek Mill's come up from like the Flamers mixtapes to now, and knowing where he came from. Like man. Nowadays with social media, like we have all the tools to change. You have all the tools to change your life. You know, if you're sitting around and you're mad, I don't know why, because it's right here. Like right here, this phone, social media, internet, yeah, it can change your life for real. Yeah, what you think?
I think I know it can. That's why I'm in the business.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I do it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even my personal standpoint. Like you know what I mean? The only reason why the magazine is ever printed is because it's tangible. People need to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we got the blog. You know what I mean? Like I personally, everything that you see there, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm working on that every day.
Yeah.
Like I'm striving there every day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's going to. But I still have to print. You feel me? I still have to get it out, bro.
You got to. Like any avenue that you can send it out, like that's what you got to do. And when I met you at the shop, like I knew, I was like, man, this guy, like he really trying to get it. And that's why we're here. So
appreciate it, bro. Real talk. Boy, my friend.
Hey, man, I trust you with the questions, man.
I mean, okay, in Kansas, what's the wildest shit that you ever done?
In Kansas?
Yeah. What's the wildest shit DJ Cannon ever did?
DJ Cannon ever did in Kansas? Oh man, I got one. So, so people don't know this, but a year ago, maybe, I was living here for a few months because, you know, me and my wife, like, you know, she lived here and I was in Miami.
Oh, you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Man, you know you was married.
Yeah, I'm married.
Cool.
Yeah. About to be 3 years. Shout out to my wife.
What up? He's a good dude.
Nah, so I was here to visit for a few months, and I was with my boy Eric E, Major League Breezy. Y'all can follow him on Instagram. He's crazy. But we were down in Aggieville, and we went to Tubby's, and at the end of the night, we were already like walking back to our whip, and I don't know what happened, but my boy, like I'm on my phone and I turn around to see my boy E like fighting like 4 or 5 dudes, and I'm canon, like, you know, I love everybody, like I'm not really the type to fight like that, like I'm all, you know, I'm cool with all that. And I was like, man, but my boy's in there, he's fighting, going up against 4 or 5 people, so your boy literally had to run in there, start swinging. And then fucking Chris from the barbershop came in and was cleaning up shop. The shit was crazy. And then all of a sudden, this big ass like ball of like fucking what is it called? Pepper spray went everywhere. Got my boy E all in the face. Luckily, I don't know how, by the grace of God, they grabbed all the other dudes, arrested them, and we walked away like we weren't even fighting. And this shit was crazy. So that probably, I would say that's the craziest thing I've done in Kansas. I ain't been here long enough, so I don't know. There might be some crazy shit coming though.
That's what's up. So do we have any upcoming things that we need to be watching out for? You know what I mean? That our listeners need to be paying attention to from you?
Man, just for me, like we just recently branched out to Wichita. We were at Fever Nightlife. Shout out to Austin over there. Real good dude. He's the operations manager. He's changing up the whole night lifestyle over there, and we're expecting some big things, like to go back to Wichita and try to take over there.
Oh, you taking over Wichita?
Yeah, that's what we're about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going for it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. That's very confident.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah,
confident.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, man, when you put in all this work. And
you gotta get someone, you know what I'm saying? That hustle. That's that hustle, man.
Yeah, I mean, when you put in all this work and you understand the 10,000 foot view of business,
right?
You understand a little bit more how far you can go, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the bar is set high. So, you know, anywhere we want to go, we want to try to take over. And it doesn't mean that we're going to be in every club. It just means like we're taking over our goals. And that's really all that matters, is knocking out a goal at a time.
DJ Loverboy.
DJ Loverboy. Hey.
DJ Loverboy.
I'm speaking hey man, I'm passing out gems right here. I'm trying to help everybody else that's trying to, hey man, if you're trying to do business or anything like that, some of the shit I'm saying, like, y'all need to listen to that, because I'm telling you, it'll take you a long way.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
So, yo, tell the people where to find you at, man. Like, what you know what I'm saying, what to expect. Like, you know what I mean? Start some links out, man.
Alright, well, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's at DJ_Cannon_. Right now, the Facebook's under construction, so stay tuned for that. I am one of the resident DJs at Tate's. We're going to be there this week, Thursday, for Thirsty Thursday. And then sometimes we're there Friday and Saturday, but this week for sure, Thirsty Thursday is going to be crazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Man, I don't really have nothing else. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we could probably redo that if you want me to, but...
Oh, no, you good, man.